whole bell thing started before we had some of the major problems in our community. So, the bell's been in process for a year. And I think what we're seeing, I think William did a very good job of that, is the presence of this bell can do more than committee meetings and marches and whatever. It can be a symbol of all kinds of things for us, because everybody can identify with a bell. A little child can identify with a bell, an older person can identify with a bell. And we see it as very value-based. And I was very touched that William, the Presbyterian, when we wrote the theology of the bell and what the bell would be used for, and he tried to say that, really based it on St. Francis, the prayer of St. Francis. So even that was a unifying thing, to see these very broad words and this broad thinking about the bell and how it can be used in the community. So I just think we're blessed that Brother David chose us. And the thing you can't talk too much about is that it was really came out of a program for the most vulnerable people in our community who have nobody. They die alone, they are buried alone, and he recognized that. So if we can all as a community just figure out how we can embrace and draw in the vulnerable and the people who are marginated, a mix of people. The mix of people that were here. I'm not in a room with Hispanic kids and African American kids and white kids and knights, and so it's very symbolic, I think, of what we're hoping the bell is going to do in terms of trying to bring people together. We have a justice group, not really a traditional justice group, but we were planning this. We have speakers, we have this, and then this bell came along, and we said, well, maybe the bell can be the symbol of justice and peace, and we don't have to talk about it. We can bring people together around the bell. And when the bell first came, everybody just went out. Somebody could touch the bell, and everybody was touching everybody who was touching the bell. And then we said the prayer of St. Francis together. So the ending all changed because of who everybody was gesturing, greeting each other, thanking the young people, and so on. So I think this bell is going to have a life of its own as we go forward.